Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today we are going to be doing a collaboration. Now this is a Christmas collaboration with RachandBella Crafts. It's called the 2023 Christmas Craft Off collaboration. Now this is a big one. So this goes from the 1st of November till the 30th of November, and there's lots and lots of lovely crafters in this one. So I'm hoping that you've seen the previous ones. There's going to be links under the video, so you can just click on that link, and the ones that you've missed you can go and have a look, and then you can make sure that you don't miss anybody else that you would like to see. There's lots of newbies in here as well, and there's lots of lovely crafters, so please pop along to each one, and if you're not subscribed to them, I'm sure they would love you to subscribe to their channel as well, and leave a little heart or a little something on their video, because it's always so nice to have little comments on there. So okay guys, so I am number 11, so it's 11th of November today, and we've got Bumblebee Crafts is going to be doing a video today, so do pop along and have a look as well. So that's lovely. So pop that to the side now. RachandBella have actually given us some lovely little prompts as well. So we've had lots. So again, I am down here, number 11, and we've got Christmas ornaments and baubles. So I'm going to be doing some little sort of like Christmassy ornaments, dingly dangly things as I like. So we've got lots and lots, and the prompts are so good. So if you fancy doing something for Christmas, just go through the prompts and you can have a look and make something, and must go and see what other people are doing, because they're fabulous. So far has been brilliant. So I'm going to just pop those to the side. Now I am going to be using some of RachandBella's backing papers. Now, I've got my little sticky squares on there already, which are lovely. So you can see I've been using these already. So we've got some beautiful papers on there, which are lovely. Now I've actually printed them on the back as well. So what I am going to be doing, there's going to be a link for those under the video as well. I'm going to be making these beautiful, I'm going to do two different embellishments today, not embellishments but ornaments. So this is going to be the first one, and I'm just loving it. I just think it's so pretty. I've used some little bit of chain on there because I think chain makes them sort of like dangle really nicely. It's quite loose, and if you're going to hang that on your tree, well, you don't have to hang it up, you can stick it onto a little gift bag even. I just think they're lovely. Now I have used my embellishments on here. This is the cluster embellishment kit, which is fab, which is lovely, and I've also made some beautiful little dingly dangly Christmas trees, and these are to hang on your tree, and they just hang beautifully. And I've used some chain, which is lovely. Look at these, they're all sort of like clusters, so they're sort of like popped up on some 3D foam, which is lovely, isn't it? So I've got these ones here, so I'm going to show you how to make these two lovely embellishments. These ones I've just dangled down. Look, I'm going to show you how you do that later anyway, but this one is a little bit of a different dangle, but I just think they are beautiful. So lovely, and because they're on chain, they sort of like hang and swing really nicely. So I'm going to pop those to the side. Now I have concertinaed some of this paper up already, but I'm going to show you how simple it is to do. Now I'm going to get my scoreboard. I like to use my scoreboard sort of like upside down, because I find it really difficult to go the other way. So I'm going to take a piece of paper, I've got it double printed, and I'm going to pop it onto my scoreboard. I've got my little my little tool here. Now what I've done sort of like 3 or 4 little marks on here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So it depends how wide you want your little concertina bits. This one is a lot smaller, okay, and then this one is a little bit bigger. So it all depends, but all as I did, I've got a long 3, and then I've just scored it down there, and then go along 3 and then come back down again. So that's all all I've done is just gone along there, and then I've just concertinaed it up straight down. Don't push too hard. I've printed this on just plain 80 GSM copy paper because you want them quite thin. You don't want to, it's easier to fold it when they're a little bit thinner. So then all as you would do, let me just pop this out of the way. All you would do is just concertina that up like that. So I won't do that because it takes a little while, doesn't it? So look, so then you'd have stripey on the back, and then you have that lovely pattern on the front. Okay, so that's all you do, or you can just fold them up yourself like that. So it depends how folded you want it. If you want it to be nice and neat, then it's quite nice to do it on the scoreboard. So I've done this one. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Look at that lovely paper. That's gorgeous. So I've already cut this one in half like that. So that's the smaller one. So all as I've done, I've concertinaed it, and then I've marked it halfway. So this is 8 inches. So I've just marked 4 inches across there. And I'm just going to cut it in half. So I'm just going to squash it up together, and then get my scissors and then cut that in half there. It's easier to concertina all of it up in a big sheet than it is to sort of like do 2 smaller ones. Then you know it's they're all going to be the same. So I'm going to just scrunch that up again, if it will let me. Get my ink out and just ink that edge. Just get rid of that little white bit on this side and this side. Now this is really sort of like, this way of doing decorations is quite a sort of like, I think sort of like Victorian, isn't it? When you sort of concertina them up, you see them, and they sometimes have sort of like glitter and stuff on. But again, you can pop glitter on if you want to, or some stickles. I do like glitter. I know it's not a friendly thing, or you find glitter absolutely everywhere, but I do like glitter. Right, so what I'm going to do, once I've got 2, I'm going to just fold one in half. So you want to sort of fold it in half. Now, if you remember, I did a video making little fans. So this is how I did it as well. So I'm going to fold those in half, and then we want to stick this together. Now, I'm going to use my glue gun because it's really quick. Obviously, you can use any glue that you've got. Let's just squash that together. Make sure that's stuck. Oops, and you're going to get glue everywhere. So we have one there, and then we will do the same with this one. Fold them in half like that. So these can even be done with sort of like brown paper, anything you've got. So if you don't have a printer and you can't print, you can still do this with any sort of like Amazon paper or things like that. Amazon packaging you can do. You can get all sorts of things to fold up. But these papers from RachandBella are beautiful. Okay, so let's make sure it's stuck and not stuck together like that. There we go. Let's get rid of that bit of glue. Now, normally the decorations are round like that, aren't they? But these ones I quite like because you glue that bit together and they sort of like come out a little bit like that. And I love that because you've got this lovely shape. Got this lovely sort of like ovally shape. Now I'm going to pop some glue down here. I think they're the right way round. I think they're upside down, but it doesn't matter. There we go. Pop some glue on there and then just push those together like that. Stick them down like that. So this is how I wanted it to be, sort of like long, so you can have them as long as you like, if you know what I mean. So it all just like pings out, and I love the ends like that. Now what I did, I took another piece of card. I took a little bit of card. This is what I'm going to be using in my next one. Just a little bit of card. I'm going to take a little strip. It doesn't have to be huge, but I am going to be using some of my embellishments here, so I'm going to pop a little star on there. So we don't want this, and I'm going to pop that on there so they don't open up too far, if you know what I mean. But I don't want this piece of paper to be any piece of card to be any bigger than my star, because I don't want to see that underneath. So I'm going to squash that like that, and then we're going to stick that on like that. So let's take a little bit of glue gun. I'm using the glue gun because it is very, very quick. We're going to just stick that on, oops, like that. Hold that down. I just think these look really, really pretty. And because I have printed on both sides, you've got that on the back so you can see. Or you can leave it white if you want to, but if you're going to hang them on the tree and they sort of like spin round, it's nice to have it looking pretty on the back, isn't it? So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick that on there like that. So again, I'm going to pop just a bit of glue gun on there, and we're going to stick that on like that. Now again, you can put anything you like on the front, but I've got lots of little embellishments here from my kit, so these are lovely. So look, I've got some little words, a Merry Christmas, which I thought would look nice over the top. What else can we have? We've got little Christmas at 25, so I'm going to stick this one on first, and then we can just add little bits to it. A little bit of glue gun, stick that up there, just arch it a little bit so it gives it a little bit of dimension. Stick those down like that. Look at that, doesn't that look lovely? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a couple of little bits and pieces. What should we have? Should we have a little Santa? I'm going to just ink just around the edge because it's got that little white line. So if you didn't fussy cut properly, you can always cover it up with a little bit of ink, can't we? What else can we pop onto here? Should we have another little picture? Should we have a couple of little pictures? Should we have a little star? Maybe we'll have a little star. Okay, so I'm going to get some little foam squares because I want to give this a little bit of sort of like dimension to it. Right, where's my little tweezers? Let's just take some of these off. Look, these are lovely. I forgot I had these little foam bits, so I'm going to just pop those on there like that. I'm going to stick our little Santa just there on there. So I've just stuck them onto the bottom, but it's got like a little bit of lift to it, which is nice, isn't it? What should we do? Should we pop a 25? Should we pop that on the bottom? Let's just squish these. That's sticky. Take those off. Pop that on there. There we go. See, they're stuck on the bottom. Pop that like that. So again, you can just build this up and add lots of little layers. And we've got, you can add little bits of fabric. Oh, shall I add a little bit of fabric to it? What have we got? Look, I've got a little bit of Hessian. I've got a little bit of this. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this on there. Shall we stick a little bit? Just up where our little star is going to be. Let's pop a little bit of glue on there. Pop that like that. Little bits of strands of hair. Now what I'm going to do with this one, because I've got fabric on there, these aren't going to stick to the fabric. So I'm going to actually pop these on so we get a nice bit of height on to the star. Oops. Like that. So we've got those on there, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of glue on top, and then we know that that is going to stick on top like that, which I love. And look at that, I think that looks so lovely. Now again, you can add a little bit of stickles on there, a little bit of bling, which is lovely. So what I'm going to do now, which is the bit that I make a big mess with, is trying to add some little eyelets, just so we can pop a little bit of chain. So I'm going to take my little hole punch, make a little hole in there like that, and then where should we have, we've got a hole there, so I'll pop a little hole here like that. That's my little scissors. That hole punch doesn't quite cut out, so chop that off like that. Now again, you don't have to do this bit. If you haven't got any chain, you can just stick a piece of string like this onto it, and glue it onto the back or something if you like. So let's just let me get my little tool. It's the easiest way I find to take out my little eyelets, and then I'm going to just pop that in there like that. So take my little crocodile. See, this is why I keep knocking it out. I am so awful at putting in eyelets because I just flick it everywhere. They just flick everywhere. Pop that in. Oops. Just so bear with me. There we go, that's one. Let's get some stuff out of the way. Probably would have if I didn't have so much stuff on my desk. Then I'm going to pop that one in there like that, and then I'm just going to, no I'm not going to turn it around this way, pop that in. Gosh, here we go. There we go. So it's sort of even. Try and sort of get it as even as you can. And then I'm going to use this. Now this is some chain that I actually got from BB Crafts. But again, you can use string. So I'm going to have it, I'm just sort of eyeballing it. So it's sort of like there. Get my little cutters, just cut that off. And then I've got some little, let me go for the bigger ones, couple of little jump rings like this. Open that up, pop the end on. If I can see, this chain is quite thin. And then I'm just going to pop it through that little eyelet there. It's not easy to do. Come on, through you go. There we go. Clip that up, and then we do the other side. Pop that in. Like this. So again, you can use, I've also got some of this, which is like the lovely little twine. It's sort of Christmassy twine, isn't it? Which is really, really pretty. So use what you have. There we go. That will clip on. And I think that just looks so, so pretty hanging up as a lovely little ornament or decoration, doesn't it? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop something on the back here just to cover this little bit up, and I thought I might actually make a bow. So I'm going to make a nice big bow, well not a big one, but a thicker one, so it's not just one strand of twine. I'm going to use 3, so I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times and then make your bow like that. So it gives you a more sort of rusticy looking bow, doesn't it? You've got these little like three little loops up there. So there we go. Chop these little bits off. Pop that to the side. And then what I'm going to do, these end bits, just twist them. You just sort of twist it, sort of unravels them like that. So then we've got something on the back. So when it twiddles round, it's not just plain on the back. That can just sit on the back like that. Little blob of glue gun. And we will stick that on there. So I just think that looks really, really lovely, doesn't it? So, so pretty. I do have another one here, which I haven't actually done, but this is a different paper and it looks beautiful, doesn't it? So I popped the little bit of card on there. So that is made from this paper here. So I just think that is so, so pretty. So again, pop a little, oh look, we could pop a little bell, couldn't we, on there? Doesn't that look nice? So again, you could just do it, or maybe I'll do this one. Should we do another one quickly before I, let me just ink it, before I show you how to do the lovely little Christmas trees. So these are lovely. These are lovely to send to people as well, or, you know, if you're giving gifts away at Christmas time. These are beautiful to hang on the bags, aren't they? I think I need a little bit more glue in my glue gun. So that will just stick on there. Love that little angel. That's beautiful, isn't it? Let me pop a little bit, another glue stick in there. Ready? What do we have on here? Shall we have, oh, decisions. Oh, that goes really well, doesn't it? Goes with that lovely red of the poinsettias in there. Let's have another little bit of these. Let me get my tweezers, poke those off. Gosh, I remember using these. I used to use these because I used to make lots of cards, greeting cards. I think everybody did when they start crafting. So look at that. So I just love it because it gives you that lovely dimension, these little ones. And these are accessible everywhere. You can get these everywhere. What should we put? Should we put a 25 on there? Don't think we need a huge amount on this one. I think this looks nice like as it is. Pop a little bit of ink around there. Another one of these, or a couple of these. So much easier to take off with a little pair of tweezers if you have tweezers. So where will we pop that? Just there. So let's again just pop those on there like that. Looks lovely. Shall we have a little bow? Shall we have a little bow on the bottom? Let's pop a little twine bow, I think. Let's just have 2 little loops on this one. I think that will look pretty. Actually, what would look nice on here as well is a little bit of lace. I do have a little bit, but this is a little bit too thick. A little bit of sparkly lace. It's lovely, isn't it? So let's just chop this off like that. Unravel these. Super simple. And then that can just sit down there like that. Beautiful. I love it. Now I'm not going to pop chain on this one, because what I think I will do with this one is actually add it, because oops, I've got a little square that needs to go on there. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? I think I might add this onto the front of a journal or something. I'm not going to put anything on the back because that's nice. You could pop that even onto a little bag, couldn't you? Little Christmas gift bag. Now I'm going to use a little bit of stickles because I do like a little bit of bling. over Christmas. There we go, some beautiful stickles on her wings there. Look at that, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? So that's 2, and they are so simple to make, aren't they? I love them. Love, love, love. So let's pop those little bits to the side. Now I'm going to show you how to make the trees like this, because these are beautiful, and I'm loving the little dingly dangly bits here. So let me just take this one, these ones, and then we have this other one here, if I can get it, which has got the 25, and it says be joyful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the other one up there. So let me get my bits of card, which are here. Now all I'm using for these, so we're doing a little bit of recycling as well. So I have got a package from a cereal package on there. And what I'm going to do, I've got these little triangles. And what they are 4 inches high. 4 inches high and 2 inches wide. Now you want to start off with this. I've got another little triangle, a little sticky square. So to get a nice shape like that, you want to do, this is 2 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so what you want to do is get a ruler here. Now I don't have enough room on my desk, and we are going to measure the middle. So we want the middle, so that's going to be 1 inch. What do I do with my pen? There we go. So just mark off a 1 inch at the top like that, and then what we're going to do is go from this corner to that point there, cut that down, mark that down like that, and then you have your lovely shape, and that's a perfect little triangle. And then what you would do then, cut that out, and you can use this as a template, which I have done on this piece of card. I put that one that way, turned it upside down, and then drew around it that way. Then all you need to do is just cut them out. So it doesn't matter about the pen line, because we're going to be covering these up anyway. And these are so simple to do as well, that you could make lots and lots of these, and you could make even like a garland, would look beautiful, wouldn't it? So take those pieces away, and then we've got lots of pieces. I'm going to cut this out because I will eventually make lots of these anyway, because I think they look really nice. So if you wanted to make your own Christmas decorations for your tree, look at them. They are so simple. Let's get rid of those bits. Now I'm going to use the same paper. I'm going to use up this paper. Now I've got the lovely presents and trees on this side, and I've also got stripy on this side. So what you want to do, just pop this on to here. Now what should we have? As well, you've got to be careful, because you don't want to end up with something upside down. So if you popped it on there, this would be sort of like upside down, because it would have to go that way, wouldn't it? So what I'm going to do, I want this, I need to stick this side, don't I? So remember to pop it up the right way. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to glue the back, and again you can have different on each side, which I did do on one of them. I'm going to just pop this down right on the edge there. Like that. We're going to cut it out. I tried to do something that's quite simple, because I think we're going to have, in this collaboration, we're going to have lots and lots of things to do. So we want to do things where a little bit what we can actually make quite quickly as well, don't we? So we can have a go at making everything that we see in the collaboration. So look at that. How lovely does that look? Now again, what I'm going to do, because I want to use up the paper, I'm going to use this bit. I'm going to turn it over and stick. Okay, so then we've got stripy on one side and we've got the lovely presents on the other side. So that means that I'm not wasting this little bit of paper here. I'm going to just stick that down on there. Should sort of fit, shouldn't it? Might have to trim it up a little bit, I think. Cut that down. Pop that to the side. Now I'm just going to take my this and make sure it's nice and flat. There we go. So I've got a nice Christmas tree with one's stripy and one's got the lovely present, and I think it's holly on there, isn't it? Let's just tidy this edge up. Lovely. There we go. Now the top we don't want pointed because on here I've just rounded off the edge so this swings around either side quite nicely. So I'm just going to go just round that off, just that we can make a little hole in the top. Now I'm going to take some ink and I'm going to just ink it round the edge, just so it gives it a nice little bit of vintagey look to it, especially on this side. Looks nice, doesn't it? Now I'm going to just quickly do another one, because then I can show you two different ways to do it. I can do one with the chain and one without the chain. So let me just do this. I think I'm going to have a stripy tree. Let's go this way. Let's use up this little bit again, shall we? Use up the pieces. So if you print on both sides, you can use two different things on one side, a pattern one and a plain sort of one. Then you can use up each bit, can't you? And you're not going to have any wasted paper. Let me go and stick that down. These are fun. If you've got grandchildren or your children, these are super simple to do because they can just decorate them however they like as well, can't they? It's a nice way to make little Christmas ornaments. Let's just pop that down, cut it up nicely. There we go. I'm going to have a stripy one. Which way? Will that fit on there? Oh, just. Obviously you can have the stripes going the other way. It doesn't have to be long ways, does it? You can have them either way. So let's just a little bit of glue on there. This is just tacky glue in there. You can use glue stick or any glue that you've got. Doesn't really matter, as long as it's nice and sticky. So let's just cut that down and down here. Right, I've made these, so that's 2 inches this way, but obviously you can make them as big or as small as you like. You don't have to do it the same. But I think this is quite a nice sort of size. Sort of fits, sort of like, probably fit nicely on a Christmas tree, wouldn't it? You could make lots and lots. There we go. A little bit of ink around the edge. Let's just chop this little round bit off like that. Okay, so which one shall we have a dingly dangly bit? Oh look, I've got ink all over this one. God, I'm so messy. Which one should we have dingly danglies off? Should we have it off this one? Should we do the dingly dangly one first? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually measure, because then they will be hanging properly off here. So again, we've got 2 inches on there. So I'm going to measure on here. You can eyeball it if you want. So you want 1 inch, so that's the middle. And then I'm going to have 3 little holes. So I'm going to do 2 either side. So it sort of like hangs down. So it's like the trunk of the tree. That's why I wanted it to be. It's sort of like the trunk. So it hangs down like that. So I'm going to take this, just where my little dots are, just pop out the little holes. Just like that. Oops. There we go. Then again, I'm going to get my little, oops, stickles, wet still. So what should we have? We'll have 3 little jump rings. And then I've already cut up bits of chain just to save some time. And I've mixed it up because I've got lots of different colours of this actually, but these are the ones that I'm using now. So I've just got 3 of each. Cut 3 little bits. They're random lengths. They're not any specific length, but I've got 3 different colours on each one. So I'll put that one there, and then we've got those 3. So I'm going to take my pliers, take a little jump ring. Look, I'm filthy already. Take a little jump ring and just place your bits of chain, 3 pieces of chain on each one, like that. So they just dangle down, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop that through there and close it up. There we go. So you've got dingly dangly down. Another jump ring. So this is really, really simple. Now again, you can add little beads to it if you wanted beads on there. There's so many different ways that you can do it, but I just liked the chain because it was quite simple. And I think it looks really effective for the trunk of the tree, of our lovely Christmas tree. Oops, let's find, oh, let's pop that in there. There we go. Pop that in there. Close that up, and then we've got one more to do. Look at that. I just think it looks so lovely. Let's have another bit of chain. These ones are a little bit longer, so again, if you have chain and you cut it and you think they're too long, at least you know that you can just chop it, can't you? Cut little bits off. That can go in there. I'll pop that like that. Fabulous. Oopsie daisy. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? And it's quite nice having the 2 different patterns either side, isn't it? So that's lovely. Oh, let's make a little hole at the top so we can pop a little bit of chain on there as well. So pop that. I'm going to pop a hole in this. I'm not going to hang chain from this one. I'm going to just decorate it with a little bit of that pretty lace, just to show you don't have to have chain on it, but I just think that looks really, really pretty. Okay, so let's decorate this one, shall we? Let's have a look. What have we got on here? I do love these little stars. So should we have a little star on there? Could have a little star on that one as well, couldn't we? Little star. We can have a little Santa, little round Santa. Maybe, actually, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to decorate this one, this side, I think, a little bit more than the other side. Or I could put this. Ho, ho, ho. That looks nice, doesn't it? What should we have? Decisions. Decisions. Let's have Believe in the Magic of Christmas. Let's have this one. Let's just add a little bit of ink around there. It's got ink on. Don't think I've inked these, so let's just add a little bit, because I think adding ink just around the edges of your fussy cuts just finishes your work off nicely. I do say this a lot, but I think it just makes it look finished if you haven't got that sort of like white edge to it. Now I'm going to pop these. Now again, I am using the little foam pads, but again, you don't have to use these foam pads. I'm going to stick that on there. Take that off. So we just pop that like that. What else was I going to do? I was going to pop little Santa on there, wasn't I? Shall I just have him flat? Maybe I'll just pop a little bit of glue on this one here. I'm going to ink. This is going to be seen from the other side, and I didn't print on the back, so I'm just going to add a little bit of ink so it's not white popping out the other side, if you know what I mean. Can you see? That's got like an inky bit. And then I'm going to pop this one on there like that, but I think I might have a little bit of this underneath. Let's have a little bit of this, I think. Bit of glue gun on there. Scrunch that up. Put a couple of these on him. Get rid of these bits. Just stick those on. There we go. Add a little bit of glue gun on there, just because it's got the little bit of fabric there, and that will sit nicely, won't it? Look at that. I think that looks so lovely, doesn't it? So shall we put ho 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 on here? Actually, I like that. I think I inked around that already. Let's get some little, let's just have 3 of these on there. Forgotten, I quite like using these little 3D foam things. I think I'll pop a few more on so it stays on a bit better. If you poke these, it's a lot easier to get them off. Now I say that, it's unstuck off there. There we go. Let's just take that off. Take that one off. Is it going to come off? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to stick that there like that. Love them. Now again, add a little bit of stickles or something to them, but I think that looks lovely. Now the top piece, another bit of chain. Now measure your chain, you can pop it on the top, so you can probably about there. So shall I measure that for you? And I've just sort of like eyeballed that, so it's going to be roughly 13 centimeters. So what's that, 5.5 inches? So that's a rough estimate, isn't it? There's my little cutters. Let's chop that off. Another little jump ring. Handy little jump rings. This is another one from actually BB Crafts, which are so handy to have lots. Where's the end? There it is. Again, adding these on here. I'll do the other one different. I won't pop chain on the other one. Just if you haven't got chain, then you don't, and you don't want to get any chain. I'm going to cut that down just a little bit more, just so the jump ring goes around and doesn't get stuck. Can you see that sort of like goes backwards and forwards now? And that will just hang. Look at that. I think it's so pretty. And really simple, guys, aren't they? They're really, really simple to do. And again, add little bits of, shall I add a little bit of stickles to this one? Because look at this paper. It's just asking to pop a little bit of glitter on there, isn't it? Just the little red baubles on there. Maybe a bit on the little bow. Look at that around the present. There we go. Fabulous. Now I'm going to pop them to the side so I don't make a big mess. Oh look, did I miss a piece of chain? Oh look, I did. Oh, never mind. Or did it fall off? It might have fallen off. Okay, let's get those bits out of the way. So this one, the one that I've got ink on, I won't use the chain. I'm going to use, if I can find it amongst my messy bit, I've got this lovely look, this lovely shiny lace, which I thought would look so pretty along the bottom of here. So I'm going to pop that on first. So I'll pop that either side. So that can just go on there like that. Chop that off. Tidy up that side. And I'm going to pop a little bit along this side as well. Pop that down. Look at that, that's pretty, isn't it? Nice way as well of using up all your little bits of lace and fabric, so that's really pretty. What's that bit dangling off? Okay, so what should we do? What should we decorate this one? I'm going to make a big mess with that. I'm going to stuck my fingers in the stickles. Shall we have Season's Greetings on there? It's a little bit too big, I think. Or Let It Snow. That's fabulous, isn't it? Shall we have Let It Snow? And a little star. I love these stars. I think they are great. Oh, I've printed on the back of this one. And let's just get rid of those little white bits. Sort of obsessed with little white bits around it, aren't I? Okay, let's pop some of these little foam squares on there. What are we going to do with it? Should we pop it on there? That's it. I'm going to put that just there, I think, and then we will have our little sort of Let It Snow tag underneath. I think that will look nice, won't it? So these make great little clusters. I'm going to glue this down. I'm not going to have this high. Pop that like that so it looks like a little tag, doesn't it? And I think I will shall I put this little 25 at the top? Shall we just stick him onto the tag, onto the star? I think we shall. Little bit of glue. It's just down in this corner, like that on there. Fab. Look at that. I think that's going to stick. Look at that. That's lovely. So what should we pop on this side? What have we got on here? Should we have ho ho ho? I could do with a little. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Should we have little Merry Christmas on here? Around the side. So these, am I going to have that coming off the side? What should we have? Or should we have a little stocking? That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay. Let's just ink this little toe piece because that might stick over the side. And then we need to ink this little bit, don't we? If that's going to stick over the side. Perfect. Shall we, I think we pop him up. Let's just get rid of some of these. Oops, where's he gone? Like that. Should we have him like that? Go. Shall we have him up high? Doesn't really need to be up high, does it? Is that going to be? I think I will just glue this down. Like that. Then I'll cover up all my messy inky bits that I popped on there with my messy fingers. Oh, that's white under there. 25. I do love these. I think they are lovely. Now, do we want anything else on there? Should we have a little Santa? Should we pop a little Santa? Let's pop a little Santa on there, shall we? Gosh, I could be here for days doing these. You could actually make lots of these little Christmas trees up, couldn't you? There we go. I think I need a little foamy thing underneath there to hold him up. I won't stick that off. So he doesn't bend. Let's pop that up. There we go. Oops. There we go. Stick that on there. Let's pop. Oh, let's add a little star. Why not? Wasn't I? Let's just pop that on there. It's inked on the back. Shall we have him just nice red star that will go? Oh, I'm going to pop a little thing on there that will go with the sort of red stocking, won't it? Let's just take that off. Stick that on. There should we go, like that. Lovely, love it. So what we will do with this one, should we pop a little, should we have a little bit of this? That's quite fun, isn't it? Should we use this one? Where's my scissors? There we are. Pop that through there. This is quite hard actually. Oh, that's fabulous, isn't it? I love it with this little bit of red and white twine. Let's do a little knot on there, like that. Perfect, perfect. That'd make a nice little gift tag, actually, wouldn't it? Actually, it would make a nice gift tag. You could have one side plain and the other side with the decorations on it. Love it. So that's if you don't have any chain, you can make them with a little bit of lace at the bottom, and you can have a little bit of twine at the top, but I am loving them. So there we go, guys. Lots and lots of lovely little bits and pieces on here. Look, I got stuff stuck everywhere. Love them. I will do a close-up of them at the end of the video so you can have a look. I'll try and see if I can sort of hang them up and get a nice picture of them, but look at them. I just think they are beautiful. Great addition to any sort of a gift that you're sending this Christmas. That's the other one. So these just hang up with a little bit of chain like that, and I'm loving them. Beautiful. So I hope you're going to give it a go. And there we go. So thank you so much for joining me. A big thank you to RachandBella Crafts for this fabulous, again, collaboration. It's been absolutely amazing. So looking forward to seeing everybody else that's doing it over the rest of the month. I have had a look at everybody before and it's just amazing. So big thank you to you all. All the links for everything, the papers and everybody that's taking part will be linked under the video, so please go and take a look. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take care, stay safe, and have a fantastic rest of the weekend. All right, guys, bye bye.